guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My day is starting out great. I am ready to make some food for my family. So we are home the entire weekend. We'll be eating all of our meals at home. So I am going to do a big feed my family for the entire weekend food making day. You guys ready? All right, we're just gonna start right into it. First things first, I'm gonna work on breakfast. I'm gonna go breakfast, possibly lunch, then dinner. I might do dinner, we'll see. But first things breakfast. Breakfast done so I can have food for the entire weekend. So I'm gonna make waffles. Waffles, and then we're gonna gather some fragments from food we had this week. So waffles first, I'm gonna make with baking mix. Mix it up, put the recipe on the screen. It's delicious. Let's go. I'm just using baking mix for these waffles because I have a lot of the baking mix that I bought at my discount store, so I'm just using it up, following the recipe for a Jiffy baking mix online. Just real simple. I do have the same recipe I realized on the side of my package of baking mix here, but it's good. Just mix it up. I put some vanilla. I'm using up the rest of my vanilla. This is Mexican vanilla. I got it from Miss Barbara in Texas. She sent this a little while ago, so I'm finally using up that one. And then we're just gonna put it in the waffle maker here. So this will be real simple and easy and have a delicious tasting breakfast because we have lots of syrup as well. While that is cooking there in the waffle, I'm gonna keep moving on because I've got lots to make today. So I'm gonna gather up fragments from breakfast this week. So we had I have a little bit of sausage gravy. I actually have scrambled eggs left over. What? I told the kids, I'm like, these are like gold in here. So we have a little bit of that, and I have some hash brown potatoes still. So, and then last night we had hot dogs, or yesterday we had hot dogs with our SpaghettiOs. Okay, not bad. I totally didn't give an update. Didn't even put the recipe on the screen. I was like, totally forgot all that. I'm sorry. The SpaghettiOs, serve them right away. If you do not, they are going to absorb that liquid. So I had to make more of the liquid to put in there for them. Not bad though, but the noodles obviously absorb more as time went on. No biggie. I have hot dogs. So I'm going to take these hot dogs, I'm going to cut them up really tiny, and then I'm going to mix all of this together. The hash browns, the potatoes, the eggs, and the sausage gravy. Put it all together so it's like a, I'm going to say, we used to call it train wreck. My girlfriend calls it train wreck, but I'm just going to mix it all together, and this will be delicious. They'll eat this. They can put it on toast, or they can just have it plain. While these are cooking, I'm gonna take my hot dogs over here and I'm gonna cook them and heat them up on a skillet. Let me get my spurtle. Just put them in a pan here, any kind of meat. I have hot dogs, if you had bacon, if you had sausage, any kind of meat base that you would have. I have this, I do have some bacon in the freezer, but I feel like I'm not gonna put that in there. No, I'm not gonna put that in there. Just kind of like let this cook. It's gonna heat up here in a minute. I didn't put any grease in it because, you know, hot dogs are gonna have grease in it anyways, but this is gonna be a good way to gather those up, put it into something different. Sometimes is it bad to call it like repurpose? Repurpose your meal just to make it look like something different and it'll get eaten. Like this has been sitting in containers for a couple days and no one ate it. Well, they ate it, but now put it together, they're gonna eat it. I know, it's one of those strange phenomena. It's like, just appears different. Put some cheese on it, they'll love it. All right, let's keep working with waffles, frying hot dogs. So hot dogs are looking fine, cooked up. Put some potatoes in there. Just gonna mix those up. Just adding the hot dogs are gonna make a huge taste and flavor change. I'm gonna add eggs because we are not gonna waste any of these eggs here. Add some fresh eggs, whatever you have. I just have these, so this is gonna be fine for us. And that'll be enough eggs in there. You can season with salt and pepper if you need to, but I know my stuff is already seasoned very well, so easy, delicious. I hate you saying the word repurpose, but repurpose your food. It's making it, is there a better word? Let me know if there's a better word. It's basically remaking it so that it tastes a little bit better. If it's kind of like the potatoes, they've been there for a couple days, you know, the hot dog, everything just separate is kind of plain, but put it together, put some sausage gravy mix in there, put some cheese on it, it becomes something delicious. This will be a meal. Everybody will eat this. It's good. There's enough here for everybody, so I've got a day's worth of meal, and then we have oranges in the refrigerator. We can have those. I've got the waffles, and we'll have applesauce. That's 2 days worth of breakfast here. So this is actually really, really good. Okay, we're moving onward to lunch right now. So something I'm gonna make for lunch is we used to make this all the time, a quesadilla, Mexican grilled cheese. What's the proper term would be quesadilla? We've always called it a Mexican grilled cheese. I don't know, just always have. So I don't have round tortillas, but I have these cups right here. And this will work. All I'm gonna do is I pulled refried beans out of my freezer here, and they thawed. There's a big chunk of frozen in the middle. I pulled out frozen cheese right here. So all I'm gonna do is make some, fry them so they're, you know, grilled on the outside. That's another lunch. They'll eat that. They'll have it with orange slices, whatever other extras they want to add to it. Get some veggies in their salad, all those good things, but it'll be an easy, easy lunch. My cheese is frozen, so it's making a big mess over here. So I should just put it in a bowl, and then I can take it out much easier. I'm going to be making some mac and cheese, so I can surely use some of that in there. There we go, like this, put the cheese in there, and just fry these. These are great ways to use up anything. Like you could add chopped up chicken in here. You could add some beef to it. Anything that you had left over. I just have these in the freezer. The refried beans. I think this was from a gigantic can I had from the store. So I just use those. Usually we have made it. I can't say usually because I have been buying the cans of it, but you can make it just by, I take refried beans. I don't actually make refried beans. It's basically pureed pinto beans. That's how we make it. I add a little bit of salt to it, and that's it. My kids are used to it more plain, just because that's the way we've always made it. But I know you can add onions and do a whole bunch of stuff to make it a little bit more like canned, but that's just the way that we have done it. Okay, let me see, I think these are done. So this is perfect. So basically, look at it, it's like a little quesadilla. Okay, so those are gonna go here. So this will be a whole lunch. This is working out. It works just the same as the round ones did. And this is what I found, and this is what I have. I'll be able to use up all of these refried beans. Whole container, which is nice. Gathering fragments, using up what you have, not running to the store, just purchasing things. You'd be surprised the food. I was even thinking last night, I'm like, what am I even gonna make today? And so, coming up to my kitchen, I started looking around. I'm like, okay, there's a lot. When you first look, you start thinking, oh, there's not that much, and what am I gonna have? And then after a while, you're like, wait a minute, there is stuff to gather and make. You just gotta get creative with things. That's all. There's a frozen chunk of green in there. Put that on the bottom. So it's good. This will be a delicious, filling lunch, which will be nice. It can be on the go lunch if we are gonna be heading out, like if we wanna go to the park. Hopefully it's going to be a nice weekend and we can do that. Perfect with that. Just an easy way instead of running to the drive-thru and picking up, you know, $8 worth of Chick-fil-A. It's like, just grab this, the orange, it'll fill your belly better than the Chick-fil-A, and then we can still save that extra money for something else. Okay, moving on to another easy lunch. We've got the quesadillas done. I am going to make lentil rice casserole. This is something we have made for so many years. We usually make a huge batch. I'm going a small size. So I'm adding 1 cup of rice. I just realized it seems like I've used, I had a humongous bag of rice forever, and I finally just used my next bag up. I think I don't even know, I had 50 pounds of it, I think. Finally used that bag up, so now I'll be on to a package of rice I bought last year. So finally getting to using up the rice, which is a good thing. And then lentils. It's just, we're gonna use 1 cup of lentils for this recipe. And then lentils is 3 cups for every 1 cup. So I have homemade chicken broth here. Remember I made that with the chicken? So mine tastes very, what is the word? Veggie, because I added a lot of veggies in here. So I'm gonna pour them in. It's frozen, remember the frozenness. So I'm gonna add, I think I'm gonna do 2 cups of that, and then I'm gonna do 2 cups of water, just to kind of mix it up a little bit so it's not so flavorful. And there's a lot of veggies in there, so I'm not gonna worry about adding more. Like I usually add onion and I add garlic. I do add thyme, so I'm gonna come over here. I got thyme and basil. And Italian seasoning. I think Italian seasoning has thyme in it, doesn't it? Oh, it actually does. So you can just add Italian seasoning in here. This is good right here. And then put the lid on, do its pressure cooker thing. This is a really good, simple, easy lunch. They like this plain, they like this with cheese, they like it on tortillas. It's filling, it's delicious. You can add more rice if you don't have any lentils, or add more lentils if you don't have much rice. Very versatile. This is gonna probably be the easiest of the lunches, and just turn in rice. I'm gonna do brown rice. Turn it on, easy. I'm gonna get to taking down my decorations here eventually. I was gonna do it yesterday, and then I just didn't get to it. So lunch is gonna be set. I'm gonna do 2 lunches. I'm gonna do refried bean tortilla, those things, and this, and that'll be 2 days worth of lunch. And then I'm gonna skip the other one because I know there will be some leftovers. So now I'm gonna move on to dinners. So the next thing I'm gonna work on dinner, but I have to cook hamburger, so it's a big frozen ball over there, so I'm gonna stick it over there with a lid, let that start cooking, and I'm gonna make good old-fashioned Jell-O, because I made Jell-O this week and the kids love Jell-O. I'm okay with Jell-O. So I opened this up and I realized I used half of it, so I've got a half a container here, so I'm gonna put it in here, mix it up. I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna pull out lemon and do lemon as well. Something different. We have spray, I think, do we have spray? Oh, we do. Yes. It's almost gone. But I did pull out, I had a half a container of Cool Whip. I put that in the refrigerator. Something to top with, just something different. Something different, easy, gather at Fragments to what we have. Okay, I've got the Jell-O done. I'm gonna make one more snack for the weekend because I'm still waiting on that over there cooking. So I'm gonna make some more popcorn. We had a bowl of popcorn out here all day yesterday, and you know what? It was great to come and munch and eat. And tonight is movie night in the Maryon household, so we'll be watching a movie tonight. So it'll be nice to have a little this, and we also have ice cream. So we could probably do ice cream or popcorn, whatever they would like to do, which will be fine. So I'm just gonna put coconut oil in here. This is my Salbri popcorn popper. This is a great, not sponsored, purchase it yourself. Amazing, put it right in the microwave. The recommendation is not to add oil to it. On the reviews on Amazon, I did what somebody said to do, and it works amazing. So I put coconut oil, and then I have this Flavor Coal salt stuff I bought at Amazon. I have it linked in my store, and I'm gonna use mushroom popcorn. And just put it in here, put it in the microwave. Popcorn came out perfect, easy, delicious. Okay, so I've been doing some cleanup. Pressure cooker's done. I've been working on getting some things done here while in between. So I'm gonna cook some pasta here. For some macaroni and cheese. And then what I did, I need a spoon, hold on. We can use a spurtle here. Okay, so what I did over here is I started cooking my hamburger, and then I was looking at my menu and I'm like, wait a minute, I was like, what am I having? So I was gonna have sloppy joes because we have those steak roll buns, remember I got at the discount store? And I thought I could do mac and cheese because everybody likes mac and cheese, and then I can do beef stroganoff because I bought some of that lactate Lactate sour cream. It sounds so yummy. Lactose sour cream from I think it's from Lactate. And I realized that's gonna go bad. So I thought, what can I make? Beef stroganoff. So then I started doing the meat and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm gonna need more meat. Then I'm like, do I do more hamburger? Well, I have ground chicken in there. I guess we don't eat a lot of plain ground chicken. So what I did is I put it in here, cooked it for a little bit. I pulled out my food processor and I like ground it up because, you know, it's got like lines, like it's like turkey, how it's got lines, it's not like ground up. So then it can all match uniform. And then I took some, because you're gonna have to season this because I need to make it all be beef flavored. So then I went and took some of my frozen, this stuff, the seasoning. This was the onion blend that I got. And I took some of that, put that in my food processor with the meat and ground it up so it's a little bit tinier. So that's in there. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some beef bouillon. Oh, hold on. A little bit of beef bouillon because I want my chicken to taste like beef. I know, people are gonna call me crazy, but we're making the flavors a little bit different. The same thing with turkey. If you want your turkey to taste more like beef and you're just saving money, just put some beef bouillon in there. It's fine. It's the texture is what you got to worry about. That's all. So I'm just gonna. This is still not cooked yet. I'm gonna let this cook, and then I'm gonna take some out for sloppy joes and take some out for the beef stroganoff, which will be good. That's a good way to gather up those fragments, use them up, because the chicken, it's like I thought, oh, maybe we'll eat it for something now. They don't really like it separate, so might as well just turn it into beef. Just mix it in. Anytime you got, even turkey, like I don't like the taste of turkey. Ground turkey, I don't like the taste of it. The only way I like it is if you add ranch powder to it. I can handle that flavor, but most, I just don't like that turkey flavor. So mix it. Combine and mix it with your beef. They do that with deer meat, venison. They mix it with hamburger so it's not so, you know, potent and strong. That's what you do. So let's just continue cooking this, and we're making a small container of mac and cheese. So I'm going to take out some of this hamburger here, hamburger / ground turkey, to make it for my beef stroganoff. And then the rest I'll make into sloppy joes. Is that going to be good right there? That's about good, right? Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do for mine, we're doing a Pioneer Women's recipe. Sort of. Always sort of. So I'm going to add some garlic to mine. She adds a lot of garlic to hers. And then it says 1.5 cups of ketchup, so let's see if we can just put the ketchup in there. It's going to be easy just to squeeze it. Ketchup, brown sugar. Need a spoon. I just dropped all that mustard. I'm using real mustard. She uses, you know, dry mustard. And then Worcestershire sauce I'm going to add. And salt and pepper. Okay, then I'm going to add something. Old Bay seasoning, people. Okay, so can you even see? So sorry, I'm just going with something new here. I don't have all the ingredients that she recommended, so I'm doing what I can. That's how you do things. You just do with what you can to make it. So just stir this up here. She adds water to hers, and then optional tomato paste, but I just used my tomato paste for my SpaghettiOs, so I don't have any. So I don't know if I should add some water. Maybe I will get a little bit of water. That's some good flavor. I'm just thinking I'm not going to add the tomato sauce because that actually tastes really good. I'm going to add a little bit more ketchup just to make, you know, a little bit more. Look, let's add some sugar. Those are really good flavors. Old Bay. Doesn't Old Bay go in everything? For those of you that like Old Bay, Old Bay goes in everything. Okay, so this will be great for sloppy joes. Love this. Put this right here. And then I've got, let me just let this simmer for a few minutes. I'm going to pick up my mess. One of the meals we'll have is the Sloppy Joe mac and cheese. That'll be tonight. So I've got these soft white, they're hoagie rolls. I say they're hoagie rolls. Hoagie rolls, and that will go with the Sloppy Joe. So everybody will make that. And then we're gonna have mac and cheese on the side. So I'm having small version mac and cheese, small. You're gonna look at it and you'll be like, Amy, that's not very big. I know, small size, because it's just a side. And we're going to have salad with it. So I'm using up, I've got all this Daiya dairy-free cheese, and I bought nutritional yeast to make, you know, some homemade cheese sauce, but I still have all of this to use up. So I'm just gonna put this on the pasta, squeeze it out, and I'll show you, and just stir it in. That's easy for that one because, you know, cheese is cheese, and there's not a whole lot of way to get around it. It's not dairy. We tried the shredded cheese, we tried all that. It's okay. It's just not like amazing and wonderful. So what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of nacho cheese, about half this. I'm gonna do half my container, and some of that shredded cheese in my other pasta here, stir it up, and then that's gonna be the mac and cheese with a little bit of milk. Okay, why you put them in containers, Amy? Because we will probably take this, and we might leave today. We might go somewhere tonight. I don't know what we're gonna do. So I'm planning ahead. I'm gonna put it in containers. Everybody's got some. There's only a little bit in there, but that's okay. And then I can have a canned peas with this, and then they can make their Sloppy Joe and put it right on top of their little square glass dish here and have it for dinner tonight. So that's one meal done. I'm looking at my list. And then let's work on the beef stroganoff. I've got my water boiling right now. I'm gonna go over there, we'll make our beef mixture. Back over here, I got these German egg rolls. Let's add the pasta. Stir that, and that will come back to a boil. This is real simple. You're gonna add beef bouillon to this. And there's already garlic. That goes, no, not garlic, that was to the, you gotta make sure you add some garlic in here for flavor. And then I'm gonna add cream of mushroom soup. This is homemade. That makes it dairy-free for my kids, so they don't have to worry about having upset stomachs. It works really good. So just stir this together. Probably add a little bit of water. The water would compensate for a beef broth if you had that. So basically, just heat this up. And then I'm gonna have sour cream. I'm gonna actually put the lid on it to get that boiled. I think that's good. It's so simple. This is the easiest gather fragment meals for my entire weekend. Everybody's gonna eat, we're gonna eat good, it's gonna be delicious. Noodles are they're back to almost a boil. I'm gonna add some pepper to this. And then I'm gonna add my sour cream. I shut it off because sour cream will start to curdle when you know, heat it up like if you boil it again, but I'm just gonna stir this in like this. And then as soon as the pasta is done, it's getting there. I should have put a lid on it, I know. It's like literally right there. I just have to get it. I just didn't. And then you just put it all together. This is very easy beef stroganoff. It's lovely, delicious, lovely, very tasty. It's Autumn's favorite dish. Reminds me of hamburger helper, and they used to have hamburger stroganoff. Remember they had the powder sour cream? Do you remember that? Yes, I remember that. Perfect. There's that. All right, so that's going to add. When this is done, easy, 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 easy. The flavor combinations of this smell delicious. I don't even know, it's just the cream of mushroom and it just smells delicious. So good. So I'm gonna put these in glass dishes because this is how we're gonna do it. Divide it up. Everybody gets some. Now we know what's there. Equal or somewhat equal, because obviously the older kids eat more than the younger kids. And then this will be another meal finished. So again, putting it in dishes because I don't know what our weekend's gonna bring, and it could bring traveling. So if we travel, it's nice to, hey, let's heat up our dinner and take it with us. That's why we put them in these glass dishes, because we're not always at home. Sometimes it's nice to take things and go somewhere else and eat. Perfect, look at that. I made a lot of good stuff here. beef stroganoff, another dish done. All right, next one, chicken pot pie. Let me get my dishes washed, we'll make the next one. Okay, next dish we're gonna do is, I looked in my freezer and I have puff pastry sheets. I've had this for a little while. Like, what can I do with this? We used to make like little elephant ears with it where it's cinnamon sugar, but I'm like, let me make chicken pot pie, sort of. So we're gonna make our own rendition of it. So we're gonna do things a little bit different here because we always do. This is broccoli, heat this up. I have a container of shredded chicken. This was the chicken I cooked from those drumsticks and all of that. I've got a little bit of peas and carrots. This is what I'm gonna put this in here. Very small, but it's just, we're doing what we can, gathering fragments. And then I know that my broth has a ton of veggies in it, like onion, and I'm gonna add thyme. It's got onion and celery in there, and garlic, so I'm not gonna worry too much about adding, like you should saute onion and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let this come to a boil right here to kind of cook it. And then I'm gonna thicken it with a little bit of cornstarch and water. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I added a little bit of chicken bouillon as well. And then I'm gonna roll these out and we're gonna make little puff cups. And then I'm gonna bake them in a muffin tin and put them in the oven. I think that's gonna work. So I don't have to move my camera over here. This is coming to a boil. So all I did was take some cornstarch and cold water and stir it till it's smooth, and I'm gonna pour it in here. Very simple. If you don't have cornstarch, you can do the whole flour and milk thing, or like cooking butter and then like melting butter and then adding the flour to it and then thickening it that way. Do whatever works for you. You can also thicken this with potato flakes, like instant potato flakes. That's another way that you can thicken. I just have a little bit. I could have probably used potato flakes, but I'm just going to make mine more like a gravy. So I'm going to slowly add this because it will thicken as it continues to boil a little bit. But you do however you like to thicken yours. This is great. It'll just be like a little bit thicker stew. Perfect. We'll let that come to a boil. And then all I'm going to do is put it in the puff pastry. Instead of using muffin cups, I bought that bread pan, I think did I buy it at Goodwill? I think I bought it at Goodwill. It was like a mini loaf bread pan. I'm like, that's very cool. Perfect. Look at this. Thicken, thicken, thicken. And the oven is ready. So I'm going to let this a few more minutes here. And then I'm going to bring it over here and we're going to pour it into our little things and kind of put the sides together. And then I should brush it with egg, shouldn't I? I should. Let me get some egg out. I'm not going to put egg on mine, and I think the reason why they said to do it was because they made them in muffin cups, and mostly there would be like a top piece. There's not a whole lot of top piece because I've got them in these ones. So I'm going to put these in for about 20 minutes. I'm going to have chicken. I got some left over here. We can make like a soup with it. Let me put this in a container. A couple more things I'm going to put together with those is cooking is salad. We bought, I need scissors, hold on. Salad. We bought bags of this, and I thought it was going to go bad. It's still good, so I'm going to open it and make sure, but I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, it looks great. So I'm going to put, yeah, look at that. I think I'll keep those. Actually, tomatoes don't look bad too. Wow, that stayed really good. There's a couple pieces of like brown, but for the most, it looks really good. So I'm going to put probably 2 bags here in a pan. This I'll set out with each meal. Have a salad, kids. I'm going to make some homemade dressing too. I know that's not hard to whip together a salad out of a bag. I know, super hard. Now this will be part of the meal, so I'll put this out because that will not stretch, that's just gonna add to the dinner. So if you see the mac and cheese, that doesn't look like a whole lot. Well, they're gonna have sloppy joe and they're gonna have a bowl of salad as well. And then we have applesauce too. So there's plenty of sides to go with the main dish. So you might look at it because you might go, oh wow, actually that is a lot. That is a lot of beef stroganoff. You might think, oh, it's not very much. It is if you wanna have salad with it and applesauce. Now the mac and cheese, there's only a tiny bit, but you're gonna have a whole sloppy joe and the salad to go with it. So that's a good way to do this. So let me get my recipe out here for my homemade French dressing. Make some of that, because that'll be something different to have along with ranch. This recipe is super easy, really good. If you want something different to make, think like, remember the Western dressing, Western French dressing? I remember having that as a kid all the time. My dad would get that. So I'm just looking, I'm like, I'm gonna use up all my ketchup here. I don't think I have any more ketchup, so I'm gonna have to get ketchup when I go to the store next. Remind me on that one. But I'm gonna downsize mine a whole lot smaller because we don't need that much, and we do have ranch, so I'm just gonna make it a lot smaller size for us, but I'll put the recipe on the screen. Salad, I'm going to fold these out. Pitas, we have these little pita strips. This will be good with this French dressing, or they can have ranch with it, whatever they prefer. Good, we're doing great. Okay, chicken pot pie is still cooking. One more thing I'm going to put together is, you know, remember I've been on my garbanzo, beet, and sweet potato kick. I gotta go get some garbanzo beans. Hold on. Okay, so over this way. I'm on the garbanzo. Don't mind the mess everywhere. I'm getting there, and we will clean it up. I'm loving just mixing this together. It's filling, and it fills me up. So you know what? I'm gonna go with it. It's healthy, and it's good. So I've got chickpeas here, and then I'm gonna take, how much is in here? Not enough to do a bunch. Okay, I'm gonna do some beets in here, because beets are good. Let me put beets in. That would be all my dishes falling. Let's go like this. Okay. That way we don't have to have a big container in the refrigerator. My kids will put that together and put that away in a little bit. Let me get a bowl out. I'm just gonna do a little rinse just to get some of that beet juice out. I don't like everything turning purple. Right here. And I've got 2 sweet potatoes right here. And I'm just going to cut that up, put that together, mix it together, and then I probably, when I was putting my onion dressing on it, but I probably will just use some French dressing, just a little bit to mix it. I put a handful of nuts that I keep right here on the counter. Cranberries in it is delicious too. Filling, using up what I have, filling my body with nutrients, good ones, that's a good thing. Puff pastry came out of the oven. Look at that. That is going to be delicious. Okay, let me tell you what I ended up with here. All right, so I am finished for today. So this is all the meals I came up with for my family for the weekend. We have breakfast. For breakfast, we have train wreck right here, and we also have waffles. This will be 2 breakfasts. I'm leaving one open because we have bagels, and I'm not sure what we'll do on all of that. And then for lunch, we're going to have quesadillas and lentil rice casserole. Favorite, they can put in a tortilla, put some lettuce, whatever they want to do to put it inside of there. That's going to be our breakfast and lunch. Snacks, we got good old Jello. We've got a bowl of popcorn. I can make more popcorn as well. And we also have ice cream in the freezer. I'm going to pull that out. So that will be something we do as well. For dinner, we're going to have macaroni and cheese, sloppy joes, and a salad for a meal. The next day we are going to have beef stroganoff. I've got some canned peas out somewhere over there. I don't know if you see them. Canned peas. We're gonna have 2 canned peas. Peas, they like peas and macaroni and cheese, and like peas and beef stroganoff. That is gonna be dinner along with salad as well. And then on Sunday we will have our chicken pot pie right here with salad as well. Now this is a dinner as well, or a meal for myself. I like it. I'll have some other stuff as well, but this will be part of the food that I do eat each for the weekend. And then we also have applesauce in the refrigerator. We have oranges in the refrigerator. We have things to help stretch all of this, because you might think, oh, it's not very big just to have one little chicken pot pie. But when you have other things to go with it, it does stretch your meal. So this is it. I'm finished. How many is that? I added that up. It is 21 dinners, 14 breakfasts, 14 lunch, and 14 snacks for a grand total of 63 meals. 63 meals in 3 hours. Is that about right? 63 meals in 3 hours? That's not bad. So now I don't have to cook anymore for the rest of the weekend. People might think, why are you doing this? Because I don't have to be in my kitchen. I can focus on other things. I have projects to do. We have projects to do. We have home projects we're working on some personal ones as well. So now I can just finish. I have to take my apron off. The dishes the kids are all gonna put away. I'll cover everything up, put it in the refrigerator. It'll be done for the weekend, and then you know what? We can focus on what we need to focus on. And when it's lunchtime, I'll be like, oh, this is what we have for lunch, or oh, this is what we have for dinner, without having to like, hold on a minute, let me go get some food, or let me get you something to eat. It just makes life so much more simplified, and I like simplified, especially at this season in my life. I like to be simplified as much as I can to make it easier for myself and for my children. So there's no question, there's no like, I'm starving, Mom, what do I eat? It's like, oh, here, have yourself a bowl of stroganoff. Or we're gonna head out the door, what are we gonna do for dinner? Let's heat up the stroganoff and take it with us. That's the key, saves you money. I made all of this food from stuff in my refrigerator and in my pantry and in my freezers. The only thing we picked up this week would have been the salad stuff, but that was really cheap, you know that, and the prices. So it was a good deal all around. So I'm gonna go. What I'm gonna do now is cover this food, put it away in the refrigerator, and then I have to start editing today's video. We have school today. We have things to do. I have a house to clean up and chores to do. We have projects outside, family time together. There's just things to do. There's things to do and get done, and that's all behind the scenes that you don't see every part of my life on camera. But so this is now done. I don't have to worry about food. Food is an important thing. If you don't have it, trust me, kids are hungry. They're gonna want some food, and they're just gonna pull whatever they find and eat it. So it helps to prepare if possible. If you can't, get yourself boxed macaroni and cheese, get yourself chicken nuggets, whatever works for you. This is what's working for my family today, 3 hours, and I've got meals for the entire weekend. You have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again on Monday with another video. All right, have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Bye.